What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 90 of the Sonic Movie Show, the only show that's about Sonic news, and Sonic movie news. My name is Ethan, and with me on this fine July evening is Devin.
Come on, step it up.
And what movie is that from?
Not a movie.
Is that from Super Smash Brothers?
Which one?
Brawl?
You got it.
Yeah.
You finally got it. You know, you've been missing a lot
Here's
lately.
the thing. Well, I'm considering it a miss because I was back in the mindset of you do it about the movies that we're talking about because we are going to talk about movies today.
There's
and not
a lot of
Sonic
movies that aren't even out yet. I don't know if I can pull
Right.
quotes from
I doubt you could see a trailer.
I guess. True.
The only reason why I knew that is because Sonic came to Smash Brothers in Brawl. And then with the next one, the Wii U and 3DS games, as well as Ultimate on Switch, it's a different set of voice lines for Sonic. It's the same guy, I think. No, it's not the same guy, and that's why. I take it back. But yes, it's a different set of voice lines, and I remember the lines people liked the most were from Brawl. And all of his taunts in Smash Ultimate, they're lame-ass taunts. So I remember, step it up. Do you know what he does when he says that? What his taunt
Grabs
is?
his dick.
He crotch chops. 100%. He goes,
does he?
Well, what? No.
No,
He does like a breakdance spin
honestly,
on
I'm
his
like,
back.
that'd been hilarious.
He just suck my nuts crotch chop.
Step it up.
Congratulations, Sonic. This game is definitely rated T on the Wii.
I would love if Nintendo, out of nowhere, is like, the next Smash game's coming out next week, and it's going to be rated M. It's just going to be, they just go balls to the wall, literally. And it's just like not even like funny, like just naughty humor. It's just like just sad and I would love that, just because like they've been so kid friendly for so family friendly. They just went like, no, we're gonna be adult, but they just do it so poorly.
Right, with their family friendly characters.
Yeah.
One of the earliest, like, I guess, bamboozled moments of young Ethan on the internet was I saw a video on IGN, which was their April Fools. I didn't realize because I saw it like later than that and out of context. Oh, Nintendo announced on the Wii a new DLC service for games. Wii Expand. Here's one for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And like Mario's head gets cut off and blood gets blown everywhere. I'm like, this isn't real, but it's not saying it's a joke. I don't get this. And then I'm Googling it and no results are popping up. I'm like, but this is a website I'm supposed to trust. Huh?
And this is why no one trusts mainstream media anymore.
Ugh. MSNBC.
That's what they stand for.
Mainstream media BC.
British Columbia.
Before Christ.
Before Christ.
In any case, you know what isn't before Christ? The 2021 slate of cinema. God damn it, I am so tired. Cinema movies coming to theaters.
Films.
Yes. What was I trying to say that started with L that I mixed in with cinema? Liminal? The liminal cinema. In any case.
Limitless.
Exactly. Now that we have seen our first movie of 2021 in theaters, for me it was F9, but that's for collectively it was both of us, F9, for the show. We're back to seeing movies in theaters, depending if they're good or not. Maybe not necessarily going all the time just
COVID,
because. Right.
And all that, obviously.
But we are back to seeing movies in theaters, and coincidentally enough, Devin, what if I told you there are now actually movies worth seeing in theaters too? Weird, what a coincidence. It's almost like capitalism is controlling COVID. In any case, so we thought it'd be this. I don't believe that. Although to a degree, I guess. One of the movies is called The Man with the Answers, and I feel like that's me right now. We're going to be looking over, as of July 1st's movie theater schedule as featured on IMDb.com and just seeing what ones seem interesting to us.
Said BD.
Dude, I always do that in my head when I go to write it out too.
I
go IMDb. Base data. I just Internet movie base data. A glorious Amazon company. I like the petition to not let just Jeff Bezos back to Earth after he leaves. we're going to be going through this whole list and just seeing what movies we're interested in if we never knew what any of these are, and then maybe potentially not putting any like chalk to pavement here, deciding whether or not this is something we'll see for the podcast, right? We're not going to obviously go back in time to the beginning of the year, so we're going to start with what's literally coming out tomorrow.
For people who maybe this is our first episode listening to, or maybe the second one, before COVID hit, we had all these big plans for once the Sonic movie ended, its run, and what we were going to do with this show. And our grand idea was, let's watch at least one movie every month that's in theaters currently. We'll try to see it opening weekend, and then we'll review it / talk about it. Mm-hmm. And that quickly died because a month later, COVID hit, and
we never even got an opportunity to do it.
We were supposed to see Bloodshot. I know that was going to be our March movie.
Dude, do you remember the episode titles of this show around that? It was didn't see Bloodshot, can't see Bloodshot, and then since it was put on video, Bloodshot review.
Bloodshot review.
It was like boom, 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 like in a row.
Yeah, crazy times. But so hopefully maybe we can get back to that in some way or form, maybe not every month, but we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. Movies.
I think if there's a movie worth seeing in our eyes together, definitely it's something we should push for. If there's a month where it's like, maybe I don't care about any of the movies coming out in August, maybe we skip it. Or, some of these are also coming to HBO Max.
We have video game movies we're watching too here and there as well. So
yeah. Some of the good ones, some of the bad ones. But and like I said, we're not putting chalk to pavement here. We're not going to like decide
or pavement
now.
to chalk, depending on how your worldview works.
There's a Paw Patrol movie coming out in August.
Hell fucking yeah, dude.
Remember when it looked like they had gone ACAB? Or like there was that someone falsified a rumor that Nickelodeon or whoever does the show was going to pull the show because the police dog was on there. And all these
GOP
fucking
senators
so
talking
mad
about it. Yeah, I remember. Maybe not senators, but GOP affiliated
I support
people.
the Paw Patrol.
Well, this
you
is
never
too
heard
far.
of it. You never fucking heard of it.
Do you know the fucking dog's name? No, you don't. I don't either.
It's weird. They're half the height as the guy that controls them.
Someone controls them?
There's a kid that tells them what to do. It's
I
kind of
thought
like
the
a
dogs run
Pokemon
the
trainer.
place.
No. But here's the thing. The kid doesn't do anything.
Oh, it's like kind of like Winnie the Pooh. Like the kid is there, but like he really isn't pushing the plot
but he
along
doesn't
too
have
much.
them. You must watch a lot of Winnie the Pooh if you're literally thinking about the plot. The only Winnie the Pooh thing I distinctly remember is the first, in quotes, movie of Winnie the Pooh. It was like directed to VHS or whatever, where Pooh gets stuck into the Skull Caverns alone on a quest to find Christopher Robin because he didn't know how to read. So when he saw the note that Christopher Robin left behind saying, "I'm sorry, I have to go to school," he thought it said, "I have to go to Skull." So he went into a skull cave and got caught. Or not caught, got trapped. Yeah. So there's your plot. He wasn't even there in that movie. they couldn't pay that kid to set foot in that movie. In any case, I don't know, dude. It is 10:22 p.m. I've been tired all day. Is it EDT or EST?
It's EST during daylight savings time, which we're not in.
I
found that out recently. I found out recently, and this whole time I've been fucking it up.
I knew they were different. I'd been just calling it Eastern time. You know what Eastern time is. It's either one or the other.
But it's technically we're in EDT.
Mm-hmm. Stupid
until
farmers.
fall.
We're 10 minutes into this podcast, so let's decide. Let's go through the list. We have IMDb's list open right now. Maybe we'll just go. I don't know,
IMDb.com/calendar. Lily,
yes.
Google that right now while you're listening to it. You
and we live in the United States of America, so I guess find that.
Yeah, we were
list
looking through all the countries earlier, and Antarctica, the continent, is on this list and doesn't have any upcoming movies. Unfortunately, I don't know what they watch or the Penguins watch down there, but maybe they watched Ice Age on DVD
or Happy Feet.
Happy Feet, classic. That's probably their freaking anthem, dude. That's like their.
Remember the DreamWorks movie Surf's Up about the penguins that go to Hawaii
Oh yeah,
or whatever stupid thing that is.
what was that, like 2005? Huh?
That was one of those like we're still riding the Shrek waves because
Dude,
Surf's Up.
What an era, dude! What an era! I still go back to that every time I think about Shrek. I'm like, man, what a time to be alive, you know.
Then shortly
Besides
after that,
the war in Iraq and shit. Besides that,
I mean, B movie. It was like 2005, right? Madagascar,
dude, pinnacle.
I remember this was still in the era where like DVDs, and I don't even know if Blu-ray was really something we had, like me personally or whatever. But DVDs, would you still boot up the animated movie at least? It'd give you previews on other movies coming to theaters.
Yeah.
Or
those are great.
One of them was about the sequel to Madagascar, and what's his name?
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. I was trying to. The name Steve kept popping in my head. I'm like, his name is not Steve. Ben Stiller popped up, and he was saying how the sequel to the movie was going to be called Madagascar Escape to Africa. Or no, that's actually what the name of the movie became. I'm sorry. He called it The Crate Escape. And I remember seeing that, and I'm like, but they were in crates in the first movie, and they escaped from the crates. Now they're going back into crates? I don't understand. Then it become Escape to Africa, because that is a better name. Okay, I'm sorry. We're 12 minutes into this episode. Let's talk about the IMDb list. I believe, honestly, the first movie we'll probably see in theaters, maybe if it's not
Is the
right
first
away,
one on this list.
is the first one on this list, right? It's Pig.
No.
We're going to go see
No,
Pig.
you go. It's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Number one on the list. Are you on the right country?
I'm on the Bahamas. No, I'm kidding. I honestly skipped July 2nd. I went straight to July 9th, and I was making a joke about how it's not Black Widow. No, we're not seeing the Boss Baby Family Business.
You're not?
No, but we are seeing... I don't know.
Forever
What are
Purge?
these movies? Yeah, so coming out tomorrow as of the day this recording, which is July 1st, you have the Boss Baby Family Business, which, ugh. Talk about a DreamWorks movie. Speaking of which, there is the Forever
This baby
Purge.
learns how to exploit its workers.
Right. And he's got help this time. Oh, no.
How to union bust.
Another corporation just hired a person who's been a CEO in all these companies and failed, but since he has quote-unquote experience, he's hireable and he just bounces around. That's what the sequels are out, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the Forever Purge, which I don't care about.
Never seen any of the Purge movies. One of these days I'm going to watch like at least the first one.
I've seen a chunk of it.
Just so I know. I know that the general idea, right, is that every...
Honest to God,
there's one day a year where there's any crime is allowed, and I guess that's cool.
Whatever.
For the people who are into that, I mean,
you don't get anything out of it besides doing the crime.
It's like horror porn in the sense of like Saw and all that kind of stuff. Where you're like,
that's the vibe I had gotten from the brief amount I saw.
Maybe I'll like it, but but is the actual concept? I don't know. I'm like, would that actually be cool? There's a lot of other crimes besides murder that are also very terrible.
Remember when they tried to get like political around like the 2016 election, like a year later or whatever? And it was just kind of like, whatever, you guys aren't really trying. But the next movie on that list is a Megan Fox movie, Till Death. And I know this is Megan Fox movie because I clicked it, and her name's on the poster. That's Megan Fox.
Dude,
and
remember when Megan Fox was like this shit? Like when Transformers dropped?
Honestly, but I never really understood it. I'm like, yeah, she's attractive, but I don't see like the, oh my God.
I just think people like loved her. I just remember in 2005, 2006, like she was the number one woman.
She wasn't a good actor though, but granted, those movies were terrible. Probably didn't give her a lot to work with. Here's the weird little.
She also had the I think it's called what's the movie? It's someone's body. I forgot the name.
Yeah. Jennifer's Body.
I remember that movie came out and that was big, and then after that, she just kind of like disappeared.
Yeah. So this movie is apparently called Till Death, and it says a woman is left handcuffed to her dead husband as part of a sick revenge plot. Unable to unshackle, she has to survive as two killers arrive to finish her off.
That sounds kind of dope. Like, I was just making fun of the Purge being kind of like a trauma porn thing. This to me is a little bit more. I hate to use the word tasteful for trauma porn, but I guess more tasteful. That isn't just
I mean,
everything's allowed, everyone dies. It's crazy.
Nothing is true. Everything's permitted. We're the Assassin's Creed motto.
That sounds kind of cool. I've always liked movies, those kind of horror movies, thriller movies where that's like all takes place in like one house or something like that, or with like
that's
one
legit
area.
what this looks like. I'm skipping through the trailer. There, she has a cat, like a house in the middle of like a snowy landscape,
like in the middle of nowhere where you can't really leave.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going on.
There was another movie like that last year, 2 years ago. It was like a hide and seek movie basically where. Sam Weavering is the actress's name. I remember she was in. I forgot the movie's title, but basically, like she's marrying her husband or her to be husband, and the family every time there's a wedding, has some sort of crazy game that they play, and one of them was hide and seek, but it was to the death. Basically, she has to survive the night, but basically it turns into this whole long thing. But it all takes place within like one mansion.
Location.
Yeah, I'm like I always like that for like slasher / thriller films. So I'm interested in that. I didn't know that
nowhere to run.
I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but it's something I'll keep an eye on.
Yeah. As I'm going through this list, any movies that stick out to me, I'm clicking on, I'm reading their thing. The next one is Long Story Short, and it just looks like a rom-com. Teddy wakes up in the morning after his wedding to discover that every few minutes he's jumping forward to the next year of his life. Yay.
Ronnie Chiang is in it. He's a comedian I've seen stand up from. He's funny.
And then the next movie
looks like that.
A week later is Black Widow, which you're going to see. Well, I'm going to see it. I don't know about you. Maybe not see it the day
I'll
of.
see it since I have the AMC pass.
We have
maybe not the night of, but yeah, I'll probably see it that weekend or the week after. I don't know. For some reason, man, I'm just not as hyped about it for whatever reason. Like I'm really trying to be, but like I just for some reason I've never really liked her character in the movies. I feel like not saying her the superhero part isn't cool. I just think compared to other ones, she's not as cool because she doesn't really have any powers besides being good at martial arts. But like I feel like her character they could have done so much more with, and they really haven't. So maybe that's what they could do with this. But I'm like. Spoiler alert, she's dead.
They showed that in the trailer that we saw on F9, right?
Kinda. They hinted at it. So to me, I'm just like, the character's dead, and now you're going to kind of try to build this character up? I don't know. Like, it just feels like... Because when she died in that movie, I was just like, oh, that sucks. And I'm just being honest. Like, I'm like now you're going to, like... To me, it's almost like we had a retcon, like making that even more emotional for people in the future to watch. Because maybe someone will watch Black Widow before the Avengers films. Because this takes place before those movies, right? Obviously,
this movie takes place right after Civil War. I think that's what I heard years ago when they first started talking about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested, and I'm going to see it. Obviously, it's a Marvel movie. I might not be
I'm more
super
interested
duper
in the TV shows, even though like I don't think they're amazing. I think they're just fun. And
I haven't even started Loki yet.
I've been watching it, and I'm more interested in that kind of stuff because I think they can build characters more over a long because they have much more time to build them. Can do more interesting stories. I think they don't have to jam pack into a 2-hour film. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, this is the first Marvel movie we've seen since Spider-Man
with 2019.
That's
how crazy is that? Yeah.
So I'm not hyped for it, but I'll probably see it.
Yeah, for sure. Next on the list, coming out on the 16th? Yeah, July 16th. Pig, a Nicolas Cage film.
Yeah.
A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregonian wilderness must return to his past in Portland in search of his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. I love it.
Yeah,
it's a revenge movie or whatever about his
Cage has
pig.
Found his I don't think his career will never be what it was, but he at least found his footing in just doing weird shit like this and not giving a fuck. And honestly, probably putting him in as an actor, I think he does well when he plays a character that is like crazy or just on the verge of violence, I think that's a good place for him to be. So I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like Mandy. I just hope it isn't like this one movie called Adults that I watched on Hulu, where it's a disease that only affects everyone over the age of like 20. Any parents go crazy into like not zombies, but just like violent tirades, and they just want to like kill their kids.
Jesus.
It's such a silly movie, but him and and the wife or whatever like are just chasing this kid in an apartment with an axe.
Jesus.
Insane. But the plot was so bad.
Oh my God.
But I'm sure Pig is another movie. If it pops up on my Hulu, maybe I'll watch it. But it isn't one I'm going to go see in theaters or pay for.
I don't know.
At least.
I guess it depends on if I got nothing going on and I feel like driving up to White Marsh to see a movie, right?
Yeah.
That day has a lot of movies coming out.
I don't know if this movie is actually in theaters, though. Is it going to be one of those like in limited theaters? I feel like it's going to be limited theaters.
Who knows? Space Jam: A New Legacy. I'm not interested in this.
I saw trailers for it. It doesn't look good. But I'm like, LeBron James, he can carry some teams in the NBA, so maybe he could carry this film. I don't know. It's on HBO. I'll watch it there, I think. Unless for some reason I
really
want
to
go to the
I
movie,
wouldn't go to the theater
theaters,
for it.
and
yeah.
I'll see it then. But yeah.
Then we have Great White, which this one
film.
I've noticed a theme in this year's of movies of just disasters. A fun-filled flight to a remote atoll turns into a nightmare for 5 passengers when their seaplane is destroyed in a freak accident and they are trapped on a raft 100 miles from shore with man-eating sharks lurking beneath the surface. It is just one of those movies. The Meg. The whatever. The
Meg
blah,
was
blah, blah.
actually had moments where it was like it was making fun of itself. It didn't take itself, seriously at all, and it was fun because it had Jason Statham in it.
Oh, that's right.
So like it wasn't too bad, but this one seems like to be taking itself seriously, and it probably won't be good. No, you can't do Jaws. Jaws has already been done. Go watch that movie because it can't really be done any better. So
Piranha
stop.
3D.
Oh, I saw that. That was just one of those classic horror movies where like we need to put tits in this.
100%.
This plot sucks.
I mean, to be quite honest, any movie can at least be improved a little bit by putting tits in it. It's not nothing wrong with saying that. It's true. It's 100% true. The next movie is very similar. Another one of these the people are in danger and they're all gonna die movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
I feel like
trauma porn, man, in this month.
I feel like female movie-going audiences, for some reason, like this stuff. I feel like that is the marketing trend. For some reason.
I don't know where you're basing that.
That's the impression I get. I
think it's 18-year-olds who just love gore.
But none of these are good. The premises are just
I mean, we had the Jigsaw movie,
terrible.
too. We had the Saw movie last month. I didn't see, but like...
No.
You know what I mean?
Spiral.
That came out, and then now you have Escape Room here, Tournament of Champions.
Ugh, a sequel.
Which I guess is a sequel.
Guess a sequel. I didn't know that, but I assume.
See, because we saw this trailer in F9, and
they made it seem as if it was a sequel.
Yeah, and as it's happening, I don't think they said it was Escape Room. Like when they made that the title, I'm like, really? That's your title? Like it just sounds so cheesy, dude. They're like, we can't call it Saw or like anything like that. Escape Room, and I just think of like all the escape rooms you see in every like metropolitan city when you're.
I've always wanted to do one, but like, have it not
expensive.
Be weird.
Yeah,
I know in Japan there's a couple companies that do these high quality escape rooms based off other things. Like some video games have it. There's a Final Fantasy VII remake escape room with like actual people dressed up as Shinra soldiers, like walking around and stuff in there. And you're trying to like loot a warehouse or something.
Cloud come out and he's like, "Yo, I need your help, fam."
No, like you're in like a Shinra warehouse or something.
I'm assuming they speak Japanese. That actually add more to the excitement of the escape room. You have no idea what they're saying.
Wait, guess you have to answer his riddles.
How do you know it's a riddle? I don't know.
Exactly.
That's actually just the whole thing. You're not escaping from the room. You literally just have to answer this riddle, but it's in Japanese. That's the puzzle.
And
Figure
all of
it
the
out.
clues are basically just English to Japanese dictionaries and shit. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, say
The
that
pages are
again.
missing. Some of the pages are missing.
Exactly. If you stand in this one spot and you look in this one direction, everything lines up to spell out a phrase.
No,
Next
I'm not
movie.
seeing that movie.
Next movie is a movie I do want to see. I'm not sure if it's going to be in theaters or what, but like I want to see it. Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain, which is
You
literally the
just
title.
skipped over die in a gunfight, but it's fine. Who cares?
And yeah, I clicked on that. It's got like a pretty pink poster. It looks like it's, trying to be interesting. And I definitely did this on accident, skipped it by accident. I had it open as a new tab, waiting to talk about
That's
it.
my guy, Travis Fimmel. That's my guy.
He kind of looks like a combination of Jeff Bridges and Mad Max Bane, the pilot in Dunkirk.
I don't even want to say it because I think it's funny.
Fuck.
You know exactly who it is. We have one of
Yeah,
his
that
movies
guy.
coming up.
I'm not clicking through all these to find his name in there. Whatever. Yeah, that guy. You know who I'm talking about. The guy who was in some things. What's his fucking name? Whatever. In any case, yeah, Die in a Gunfight. That comes out the same day as well. Looks like it's another action movie. I don't know. Nothing about that spoke to me. Tom Hardy. That's his name. My name is Tom Hardy. Now you
Hardy
like to
for
die
Hardy.
in your city. But yes, no, the Anthony Bourdain film, that is one I do want to see because I've loved No Reservations.
I've caught a couple episodes on Netflix because my girlfriend watches them most of the time when we were recording this podcast.
He's a G. He always was a G. He's the ultimate G. So yeah, I do want to see this, but yeah, it's Anthony Bourdain was a chef, and TV host, with famous shows. I know that he got big. He was like months behind on rent or whatever, and he got big because some New York paper passed on an article that he pitched, and someone else picked it up, and he went with it. And then, it was so successful or whatever that someone, offered him a book deal, and he wrote a book, and it became the number one bestseller, New York top whatever bestseller, right? And then he just became famous off of that. And then he just has this, perfectionist push on himself to always, do cool shit. So I want to see that movie. But I don't know if that's going to be something I see right away, or maybe I'll wait until theater, or till, streaming or something. Remember when we used to wait for DVDs? A year later, and finally, Shrek 2 will come to DVD.
Yes, let's go, dude. With bonus
Exactly.
features and outtakes, let's go.
Oh my god, Simon Cowell's gonna be in a 5-minute thing. Yay. The next film, still all on July 16th.
A lot of death and dying. Literally, all the titles are Die in a Gunfight, Out of Death, Till Death, The
Out
Forever
of Death.
Purge. All these titles.
Starring Bruce Willis. Out of Death is about a corrupt sheriff's department in rural mountain town comes undone when an unintended witness throws a wrench into their shady operation.
Classic.
Wow. That is definitely, for some reason, a boomer film. To me. That is a boomer action film.
Grandpa's
I
gonna
don't
go
know
see
why.
that one.
Exactly. Oh, and then speaking about just catastrophe and death, the next movie is titled How It Ends.
Oh my.
In this feel-good apocalyptic comedy,
I'm sorry, a feel-good apocalyptic. I'm sure it's
Lisa
funny, but
embarks
it's
on a
funny.
hilarious journey through LA in hopes of making it to her last party before it all ends, running into an eclectic cast of characters along the way.
This already sounds better than the actual apocalypse films like The Forever Purge does. I like that description. That sounds fun. But I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. Maybe if I'm feeling in a mood for a comedy.
Let me see what this trailer's
Not a big
about.
comedy guy for whatever reason.
I'm not a romantic comedy guy. The only one that
I hate
ever
romance too.
oh, the fucking guy from Portlandia is in this. So this is a pass on this. I'm not watching this movie. That guy's like a sex offender. What's his name? He was from the show Portlandia. I used to watch that. The only romantic comedy that ever really grabbed me was Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh,
And that was because that was Jesus. Well, he voices Rocket Raccoon in the Marvel movies.
We're struggling today.
Oh my god,
Lady Gaga,
and he was in the A-Team movie as Face. And it had what's her name? That was the Hunger Games lady.
Oh no, I'm thinking
Lady Gaga. No, but he was in that movie with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, the other big movie that he was in around that time.
Oh my fucking
Where they
god!
flirted on stage.
I didn't watch that movie.
I'm saying in like real life.
Oh really?
They did like a performance at the Oscars or whatever.
Bradley Cooper, is that his name?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I'm forgetting.
It didn't seem right.
We both are just
Bradley Cooper and J Law, right? Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
they were in Silver Linings Playbook. I loved that movie a lot, and that's like the only romantic comedy.
This is unfair
that I've ever really enjoyed.
But I put the same people who like Jennifer Lawrence. I just assume they also like Taylor Swift. Do you see where that connection? Or am I just a little crazy?
That is teenage white girl mentality of those two things. It's okay.
Think,
it's okay to all of a sudden put entire people into a bucket. It's okay though.
I'm just saying, like when
next you're gonna tell me you don't like Rihanna.
T Swift like was blowing up, like in terms of pop. I feel like Jennifer Lawrence is also blowing up, and I just feel like there's like I love the Hunger Games and I love the Red Album by Taylor Swift. Those two things I feel like were happening at the same time. So maybe that's why. Go ahead.
The next movie is called The Man with the Answers. A former Greek diving champion with an eccentric German student take an adventurous road trip of rediscovery from Bari to Bavaria.
Bavaria.
Wow.
Bavaria. I don't...
Bari, of course I'm going to say Bavaria.
Barry?
It's just Bari to Bavaria. Yeah. Wow. That looks...
I mean, swimming's cool. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters.
This the thumbnail for the trailer shows what I imagine what they always kind of show in like Top Gear of like the cool winding European road down a mountain. It's like cool. I want to drive that once. It's probably boring as fuck. You go 20 the whole time because you have to make 180-degree turns. You have to make U-turns the whole way. You're right. Well, there's brick walls. Next movie. And then those two are on July 20th. This is on July 23rd. It's called Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe movie, which looks interesting. Will I see it? No.
I
maybe on
might
video.
See it in theaters just because I love my boy, Henry Golding. He's fucking gorgeous. And Samara Weaving's in it again. Some of her earlier. And our boy from Monster Hunter's in it. Iko Uwais. He was the
Monster Hunter.
He was the Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But this looks cool. I like martial art films here and there, and
he looks cool.
He looks cool. I'm like that. It looks cool. If the stunts are cool, whatever. Yeah. I don't care about G.I. Joe at all. But
sure. Honestly, if it came down to seeing this or Mortal Kombat, I'd be like, they probably both look like the same movie to me. Just try trailer wise. Sure, I'll see this. I guess. All right. The next movie. Why does this say 2020? Some of these on this list say 2020. Joe Bell.
Maybe it was delayed and they just forgot to update it.
2020. Oh, this has
Mr.
Mark Wahlberg from The Restaurant. The true story of a small-town working-class father who embarks on a solo walk across the United States to crusade against bullying after his son is tormented in high school for being gay. Redemption is a journey you can't take alone. Based on a true father-son story. Wow.
Dude,
Mark, so he didn't
Mark
take
has
his
that
son?
Crazy beard going on.
Yeah, that's his we bought the zoo and it ruined our lives type of beard.
Dude, how old is Mark Wahlberg now? Hold up. Born 1971, so that makes him what?
It's about my parents' age.
50? No.
He's 50.
He is 50? Oh, math.
He's not my parents' age. Jesus. My parents are not 50. Well, I have no idea how old my parents are.
I'm going to ask them after the show.
No, they're in their 40s, so I guess they're close. I think they're late 70s. Next movie's called Old. I'm not interested in the Mark Wahlberg movie. Old. This is the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Shyamalan, yeah.
Another movie that on the outset looks like just another one of those disaster, we're all here and no, we're all dying type of movies. But, he's been on an uptick. He's made some good movies. I didn't see them. I didn't see Split. I didn't see that.
I didn't see. I saw Unbreakable, but that's been it. And I'm like,
I didn't even see Unbreakable.
That that story was good. Heard Split was all right, and then I heard the other one is all right.
Yeah, I mean Split. I feel like Split's notoriety was just he always does these twists, and for the most part, after a certain point, maybe after Signs, the twists in his movies are terrible. Remember Happening? When it was just the plants are sentient or whatever.
I forget.
And it's the plants trying to kill us. His twists are just ridiculously stupid, and it's like, the twist in Split was just simply, this is a sequel to Unbreakable this whole time. That's cool. And that was a cool idea. I didn't see the movie. I didn't even see Unbreakable, but just on the outset. You know what I mean? Then they made Glass.
I need to watch Signs because I watched it as a kid and it fucked me up. Like, just that scene where the alien crosses, like, the alleyway, though.
The Bigfoot scene.
Literally Bigfoot. That fucked me up as a kid,
Yeah.
So I sometimes shit on him because I think, like, The Village is not that good and people, like, love that fucking movie.
Here's the thing about The Village. In 3rd fucking grade, and I'm not sure, this was like 2003, I'm not sure if this was before or after that movie, the book we read in school, I swear to Christ, is the plot of that movie. Small village, kids get sick, young girl and maybe her brother with her leave the village through the forest to go find medicine, and then they stumble out in the real world, and it's not the past, it's like the present day. No, that's The Village. That's what the idea, maybe not that specific story idea.
Was that, or was the book The Giver?
No. That was they're seen in black and white. I don't remember what this book was called.
In Stirrings, I remember that.
Yes, basically you had a wet dream. That's what the stirrings are. Yeah, I remember we read that book and it was whatever. I didn't pay attention because it's 3rd fucking grade. And then like I see Village, I'm like, wait a second. I think I read the book, but I don't know if this is connected. I don't know. I'm looking over here because that's where I have Discord. When you're actually up here.
It has.
But Old is a great title.
It has Rufus Sewell in it. I like him. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't like the title. It just sounds lame. Old.
I actually like the title.
Boomer. But no, my biggest thing with this is it's gonna bother me, and it bothered me watching the trailer. Is like the kid goes away and comes back older, right? How their clothes get bigger?
That is really good.
And how was that girl pregnant? Who was she doing?
Sigourney Weaver was in Village. So was Joaquin Phoenix. I'm trying to see if there's a note that says this is based off a book, because the Old is based off a graphic novel. So I'm like, okay, clearly he's not against it.
Maybe Old will be good. I'm not going to see it in theaters. I don't think. Like I said, it's one of those movies that if we just happen to be at the movie theater, then maybe. Because I've definitely gone to the movies in the past where I'm like, we don't know what we're watching. We'll find out when we get there, kind of thing. What is playing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling through IMDb's listing of Village to see at the bottom under trivia. If under trivia it's like it's based off this book, I didn't see that or whatever. But under a thing that says crazy credits, it says during the end credits we see pictures of the village. Like, how fucking crazy is that, guys? The thing that this movie takes place in, we're gonna show you some pictures of it.
Dude, it really, IMDb be stupid sometimes.
Because anyone can just edit shit. I get some of my
at the
Chronicles
end
of Diesel's
Sonic,
facts from them.
At the end of Sonic, Tails isn't the shocking part. Is that they do a panorama shot of the town.
Right. No, man, I get some of my Chronicles of Diesel's trivia from this because it's easy, right? I have to weed through so much bullshit. That's like, coincidentally, the number 37 is also something that's also kind of related to a thing that is related to a movie Vin Diesel was in. Isn't that funny? It's like, that's great.
I mean, I am laughing.
This guy that starred in this movie with Vin Diesel, he was also in this other movie that Vin Diesel thought about once. It's like...
I think every actor has thought about another movie that they could have been in.
Right.
You're an actor.
Yeah, I could have been in Shawshank Redemption. My name's Billy Crystal. The next movie is called We're Still in July. Oh, man.
We might...
We're 40
Let's
minutes.
do like the 3 months. Let's just do 3 months, maybe 2 months.
Okay, sure. And then maybe we will continue this. We'll do another episode that's like this later.
Every so often.
In September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next movie is called The Comeback Trail. So far, we haven't seen any movies where we're going to go see it. Oh, speaking about Morgan Freeman. Speaking about Morgan Freeman. Here's Morgan Freeman, Tommy Lee Jones, and De Niro.
Okay, I mean, it's a cool lineup.
This looks, but
wait, isn't this just that one movie, Bucket List?
Yeah, that's legitimately what I was about to say. I feel like how many times have like De Niro and Morgan Freeman and another old but famous and great actor have been in a movie? It's like One More Ride.
And Morgan Freeman's been alive he's been in all those films. Like he did that Bucket List, I think in 2008, and you're like, oh, because Morgan Freeman knows his time's ticking. And now it's 2021. He's like, I'm doing it again. I don't know what time. I might live forever for all I know. So I just gotta keep making these movies.
So, 2 movie producers who owe money to the mob set up their aging movie star for an insurance scam to try and save themselves, but they wind up getting more than they ever imagined.
Honestly,
wow.
Another movie.
This poster makes it look like it's the 70s Western style stuff.
Boomer. I'm telling you, this will be a boomer movie. I like this lineup of actors. Don't get me wrong, but this from the plot, it just sounds like I'm wise and you're dumb. You can't trick me.
Next up, okay, 2 returning stars, Bruce Willis and Megan Fox, return for Midnight in the Switchgrass.
Coming back. What's happening?
All right, we're gonna make a Megan Fox podcast. An FBI agent and a Florida state officer team up to investigate a string of unsolved murder cases. Okay, sure. Honest to God, I mean, I'm interested in this now just because it's like, damn, Bruce Willis is still in a shit ton of movies.
And Megan Fox is back, baby.
Apparently.
Actually, no Transformer films.
I'm curious now. Let me take a look at her IMDb page.
Yeah, maybe she's been in movies we just haven't, we weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
which easily could be it.
Okay, so scrolling back to the beginning, 2001.
I guess she was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Yeah, Holiday in the Sun, Bad Boys 2. She was in Bad Boys 2.
Wow. Stars
and Stripes, Bikini Kid dancing underwater. Oh, she was a kid. She was a child. That's why. 2.5 Men, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
That's right, she was in 2.5 Men for a brief couple episodes. I remember that.
Hope and Faith. Really, Transformers was the first.
The big one.
She was in the video game of it too.
Respect.
As
gamers, we have to respect that.
She was in the TV show Lost, and her character's name is Whore.
Nice.
Yeah. Transformers, Jennifer's Body. She was in Jonah Hex?
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't see that movie, but now I'm like, it's all coming. I'm telling you, like that time, that 5 years there, she was the shit, dude.
I mean, then she ended up being in an Eminem music video featuring Rihanna, which of course she was, rising. Not Rihanna. Rihanna's never risen. The only time she ever got famous is when Chris Brown punched her. So, no, I'm
She's also in a Machine Gun Kelly short as well in 2020. Like that.
Really?
Yeah.
She was in The Dictator. I never saw that one. She was
now that movie's canceled. Not because it was canceled, but because James Franco literally just settled a sexual harassment lawsuit.
Oh.
like the other day.
Nice.
Same day
Nice.
as Bill Cosby's now free, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Right. For some reason, I put him in the same.
If Bill Cosby is like officially out, how quick does he come back in like a film or something? How quick?
How fast was it for? And he never went to prison, but how fast was it for Kevin Spacey? He was in movies,
right?
Like a year. He's like, I'm back in the movies, and no one saw it. Movie theaters did not run.
Literally, you're talking about cancel culture. That is the true definition. That is the real. I mean, you fucked up.
He was a pedophile. Though.
Yeah, I know, but you fucked up.
Yeah,
and it actually, at least your career is done, and no one actually wants to see
you. She was in a Robot Chicken TV movie. Okay. She was in This Is 40. Then she was in Ninja Turtles.
So
and
see
Ninja Turtles
that gap
2.
there? That's a 2-year gap. So she took a 2-year hiatus. Then she disappeared for a little bit again. And then she came back in 2019, really.
Yeah.
Maybe, if we're still doing this.
She was a New Girl? I watched that whole show.
15
front
episodes.
to back. I don't remember her in...
She's Reagan, dude.
Apparently. Of course, I don't remember any of their names besides Zooey Deschanel was in it. And the guy that I take that back. He was in the thing. Never mind. Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, you're right. Think Like a Dog. Rogue. Okay, yeah.
So maybe she's coming back, bro.
I guess so. She's
Or
got
shout
3
out to
more
Megan
movies.
Fox. This Sonic Movie Show officially endorses Megan Fox for her career.
There's a movie coming out next year with her in it called Naya, Legend of the Golden Dolphin.
Hell yeah.
Must be an animated movie.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm going to give the Sonic Movie Show stamp of upcoming
Seal of
approval to Megan Fox. Shout out to Megan Fox. If you want to come on the show, let us know.
Absolutely. And maybe we'll see Midnight in the Switchgrass. At least the poster looks interesting. A shout out for her for like doing the Nicolas Cage where it's like, all right, I'm just going to do some serious movies now and actually give it like try. Not that she wasn't maybe before. I guess I haven't seen almost anything she's ever been in.
Like, hey, if we're still doing this thing in 20 years or whatever, and we've done every other actor we want to do, we could do Megan Fox's career.
Sure. I don't know if I want to see half of those movies. I don't want to see the Transformers or the Ninja Turtles movies.
Maybe they're good, dude. You don't know. The first one was all right. Hence moments.
Are you Sam Witwicky? I found it on eBay. Fuck yourself. But the only goddamn good thing about those movies is that it's the same voice actor for Optimus Prime as he was in the cartoon.
I just remember like being blown away by the effects, like watching that when I was younger. Like I really loved it. I know it's a bunch of just it's not as good now, but like
polygons just flying around. I hate it that when they transformed, they just turn into shrapnel and reform. Essentially, that's kind of what it looks like. There's no easy way to rest your eyes. They need to look more cartoony, not real. That was my thing. The Bumblebee movie, which I did not see, at least from the trailers, he looked more emotive and easier to see a face on. You know,
so you can, you know.
Yeah, I'm making a body pillow out of Bumblebee.
You need more emotion for it to feel something.
Next up on the list, an Amazon original movie, Jolt.
Oh, is this the sequel to that dog movie?
That was called Bolt. Starring Hannah Montana.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about, because I'm like, I don't know if I described that.
And Grease / Pulp Fiction man, Travolta. He was the dog, Bolt.
Oh, this is Kate Beckinsale. Hell yeah.
A bouncer with a slightly murderous anger management problem that she controls with the help of an electrode-lined vest she uses to shock herself back to normalcy whenever she gets homicidal.
I need to watch
that is one long sentence.
Movies again, because
after the first guy she's ever fallen for is murdered, she goes on a revenge-fueled rampage to find the killer while the cops pursue her as the chief suspect.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a freak. Okay. Poster looks cool. Lots of pinks.
I'm a sucker for pink. If you just put pink in your poster, I'm probably going to watch it.
Yeah, this is an Amazon
I'm talking about the
Prime
artist,
Video.
I'm talking about the artist.
Weird. So this isn't even coming to theaters.
Oh, then maybe I'll watch it then, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm proud.
Next movie is called Hereafter. This is also the same day. A dark fantasy comedy about the meaning of love in the afterlife.
Oh, that poster is awful.
Yeah.
Delete it.
That is some DVD poster.
That is bad.
Yeah, that's real bad.
I'm not saying people in this aren't good. Like,
Describe
the movie
it.
could be great, but
Describe the poster.
This looks like Photoshop came out. They're just now using it. Like, this is honestly this is Star Wars Episode 1 effects. That's the vibe I'm getting. You know what I mean? Where like things just don't look right now. Like when you watch the Star Wars Episode 1, if you watch it recently, it just doesn't. Something's off. Something's off with this. But yeah, there's the light. There's a lot of lighting issues here. The text just looks so.
A man and a woman are sitting on the name Hereafter as if it's a bench, which is floating over the world.
Skyline?
Orion, the skyline of the world is New York City or some city that's obviously
Manhattan,
way too big.
Yeah, something.
There is just you know what this woman on the top right, this giant face of the staring woman reminds me of, and maybe you don't know this. Ever seen like in the mid 2000s, if you ever go to like a Best Buy or a Circuit City, rest in peace, have you ever seen like the graphics cards on sale there, the boxes of like the CGI woman just staring, like, look at the graphics this card can do. This woman, and I thought they were video games,
like a key, right? Or what's her name?
Kind of like Aki, but like, yeah, but in a sense, it was like, look at what this card can do. Look at the graphics.
For her career to re-pop off.
She's staring, and then there's just a man rising in the background.
He literally is. I don't know if he's flying or being beamed up from a UFO. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Not seeing that movie. Not even going to watch the trailer for that.
I know some of the actors too, but yeah, that I don't know, man. Whoever designed that needs to be fired.
The next movie is called Settlers. Mankind's earliest settlers on the Martian frontier do what they must to survive the cosmic elements and each other?
So they have a bunch of orgies. It's just
apparently
wholesome sex the entire time.
Wholesome sex. That's what the movie's about.
I'm good.
Oh, Johnny Lee Miller is in it. Interesting.
Oh, this is where it gets big right here. Right here, July 30th, baby.
Okay. The Green Knight, which we saw a trailer for that looked very cool.
Yeah.
But apparently, according to people online, said that the trailer spoiled like the twist or something. Not that I know what that is. I guess maybe it doesn't matter then, but it's based off something. A fantasy retelling of the medieval story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Gawain. Yeah, it looked really cool.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna see that. I think I'm gonna see that one.
I like the Del Toro looking tree faced man.
Yeah,
was
definitely.
In the trailers.
Definitely. I forgot who that. There's like that studio who like works with him on those movies. I know exactly what you're talking about. The Pan's Labyrinth, the Hellboys. They've done other movies outside of Del Toro, but like they're a group of people who are just really talented. But yeah, it looks like that. I won't be surprised.
The red-haired girl that was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, as well as the Star Wars movie Solo, is in this, apparently. As I scroll down. Interesting. Yeah, that is something I'm definitely interested in seeing.
Then there's the other banger right here.
Here he comes, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's fantasy epic Jungle Cruise, based off the one remaining Disneyland ride that doesn't yet have a movie. This is exactly how Pirates of the Caribbean got its movies, because, hey, we got this ride, and it's not tied to anything that we have merchandise of. Let's make a movie. Here comes Jungle Cruise starring...
They just dropped a new trailer, too, and I watched it, and The Rock's quads, man. Just disgustingly big. Like, you're a monster. Stop it.
Based on the Disneyland theme park ride, where a small riverboat takes a group of travelers through a jungle filled with dangerous animals and reptiles, but with a supernatural element.
Honestly, this looks like you said, Pirates. It honestly does, and I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it.
Why not?
I'm on the Rock train, so like, let's do it. And since The Rock wasn't in F9,
Paul Giamatti's in this movie too.
This will satisfy my hunger for The Rock.
Lots of people are in this. Okay. Yes, very interested in that. Next movie is called Still Water.
With our other
father.
Go ahead.
No, oh Jesus! This is Matt Damon.
I was gonna say Wahlberg. I get them confused all the time.
They look very similar. Matt Damon, in my opinion, is a better actor.
Facts.
A father travels from Oklahoma to France to help his estranged daughter, who is in prison for a murder she claims she didn't commit.
Dude, he looks beat up in that one picture there.
You went to France and you're supposed to stay in the United States. This poster makes him look like he voted Trump.
Hell yeah.
Devin voted for Trump. Next movie is called 9 Days. A reclusive man conducts a series of interviews with human souls for a chance to be born.
Is this going to be a weirdly anti-abortion film? Either directly or indirectly. They're going to be like, wow, see? That baby could have been the next Oprah. I saw that, by the way. I saw a sign that said that at the Women's March. Yeah, I went to the Women's March this past January, and we ran into a anti-abortion, a pro-life crowd, and one of the signs just said, "Your baby could have been Oprah." And I'm just like, out of all you picked,
Oprah got there because of. But they had I don't know Oprah's surroundings, but you can't afford a baby.
I just think it's funny that it had that, and then had other more biblical people, and it's just no, Oprah. So I thought it was funny. But maybe I don't know, just based off what it says, that conducts a series of interviews with human souls for a chance to be born, makes me think it's talking to people before they exist. I don't know. I'll have to watch the trailer though, because it looks interesting.
Then on August 6th, The Suicide Squad, a movie we will see. Regardless if we see it on HBO Max or in theaters. I kind of want to see it in theaters, but
I trust James Gunn enough to give me some good.
Lots of actors in that, obviously. Just lots of people. Even the guy in that show, Mr. Robot, that I don't like visually. I'm sure he's a really nice man. Visually, I hate him. I think he looks like a douchebag, even though I'm sure he's a fantastic person. He was also in the video game Until Dawn. Remember that?
He was.
I just can't stand the way he looks. But I'm sure he's great.
Michael Rooker is back in it, dude.
James Gunn has him in that movie. He puts him in all.
And
his
Sean
movies.
Gunn, our boy, Sean Gunn. He's the weasel.
He's the weasel.
Yeah.
The next movie is another movie I saw at I almost called it the Game Awards, and Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest thing. They put a trailer for this in there because it's video game themed. Free Guy starring Ryan Reynolds.
Do we have to see this movie?
No, it's not based off a video game.
But it's a video game movie, though. I thought we were doing video game movies.
It is not based off a video game. It's not based off a video game.
Okay.
What game is this?
Then why don't we watch Jumanji?
That's not based off a video game. A video game got based off of it.
No, in the movie, they're in a video game.
But what video game is the movie based off of?
Jumanji.
Which is not a video game.
In that world, it is.
No. The best thing I can ever do for this show is cull the list of video game movies that we have to watch. We've watched bad ones.
I'd rather watch
high profile movies.
But that's the thing, is I'd rather watch Jumanji.
We're gonna end up watching really shitty ass movies when it gets down to it.
And we're gonna be like, you know what, Devin? Let's watch Jumanji instead. And I'll be like, good call.
We're not seeing Jumanji. We're not seeing Free Guy. Moving on. The next movie is called Coda. As a Coda, child of deaf adults, Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family. When the family's fishing business is threatened, Ruby finds herself torn between pursuing her love of music and her fear of abandoning her parents.
This is one of those
stereotypical.
This is one of those tearjerker movies that make you want to cry.
She's the only one in the family that can hear, so of course she's into music. And it just feels like, oh, of course. Whatever. Who's in this? Anyone of interest?
That we know.
Nope. Cool. Next movie. I'm sure it's a fine movie. Don't Breathe 2, another disaster. I looked at. Yep, it's definitely a disaster horror movie. The sequel is set in the years following the initial deadly home invasion, where Norman Nordstrom lives a quiet solace until his past sins catch up to him. Starring Stephen Lang.
Yeah, I remember the trailer for the first one. I just, even though like I said earlier, I like my all-in-one home movies. For some reason, the trailer just didn't pique my interest. So if I see this, I have to see the first one. I feel like.
Let's make it through till September. We'll stop at the end of August. How's that?
Yeah.
Next movie is called RESPECT, and what it means to me. Oh my god, I joked, and I didn't realize it was literally about...
Yeah. I remember seeing a trailer for it, yeah.
Okay, I take that back. I was going to make a joke. It turns out it actually is about her. Okay. Okay. The life story of legendary R&B singer Aretha Franklin. Yes, I will not see this, but, cool that they're making it. Who's in this? People. Lots of people.
Forrest
The
Whitaker.
next movie.
What do you mean, some people?
I just scrolled through it. Next movie is a movie I'm sure
Jennifer
you're going to
Hudson.
watch. Who? Never heard of her. Next movie, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time. Have you seen any of the Evangelion movies?
So
End of Evangelion?
These are the technical remakes. This is the third one of the remake.
Is it?
Yes, because there's Evangelion, the original in '95 there, and then there was End of Evangelion, which is
what Final Fantasy VII Remake is inspired by.
Which is just the retelling of the ending of Evangelion, the TV show. Then nothing happened, and they're like, nope, it made a lot of money. Let's make more now. And all the same people came back, and
we have a creative desire to destroy what we've built.
Yeah. Well, I think the original people came back for this. Original creator, at least. So there was Evangelion 1.0 and 2.0, whatever they're called. I don't know them offhand. I haven't seen them, so I probably won't see this, unfortunately, unless I can find them in ways.
All I know about them is that the first movie follows the show until the very ending, where it's like, all right, this is actually different now, and then the sequels are like, we're going somewhere completely different.
Yeah, I heard they're cool. I just haven't. I did try to buy them, and they're not there's no U.S. versions of them that I could find, at least not on sale. There's ones in France and stuff, and I thought about buying them, but you're talking $50 for just a movie, and I'm like, I like Evangelion a lot, but I can't. I'm like, should I wait for a box set? But yeah, the third one, or the first two movies, were on YouTube for free for 2 days, and I missed it, and I was so pissed.
Damn.
But maybe I'll find a way to watch it. So if this actually does come to theaters, if it's a one-time thing, I'm not sure, but I've heard good things.
Yeah.
August 20th. No.
There are people that I follow on Twitter that past End of Evangelion movies have literally gone to Japan to see it in theaters. Dude. Yeah.
I love Godzilla, and I've never thought about doing it, but I gotta see it first, even though actually Japan is just now seeing Godzilla vs. Kong.
I mean, hey, they waited longer, probably for the best, right? The next movie is, and this is in the 20th of August, is called Reminiscence, a Hugh Jackman movie. Okay.
Oh boy. It looks a little the cover looks a mix between Blade Runner and The Matrix, in terms of color palette. Just has that look to it.
This for some reason gives me Swamp vibes.
Also A Day After Tomorrow. It has those three things going on with the flood.
A scientist discovers a way to relive your past and uses the technology to search for his long-lost love.
Oh, Hugh, wow. You son of a gun.
You son of a bitch. Next movie.
I'm all for Hugh, so.
Next movie, Paw Patrol the movie.
Yes, sir.
See, there's the guy that controls them.
That kid has my haircut, or used to have my haircut. Wow, that's me, dude.
He's got the Jimmy Neutron.
You got the Jimmy Neutron look.
Yeah, it's the lazy haircut. Ryder and the pups are called to Adventure City to stop Mayor Humdinger from turning the bustling metropolis into a state of chaos.
AKA defunding the police.
Or you could look at this as we're gonna go stop the autonomous zone up in Seattle.
This whole movie is just the mayor wants to abolish the police, and it's gonna turn the city to chaos.
This is the anti-ACAB movie.
Yeah. But they don't make it too direct. They'll just loosely say it. They're like, oh, everyone's going crazy because they could do all the crime now because the cops are gone.
I just like to, by the way, and I know a little bit about this show because there's still young people in my family. children. There are all these dogs. They're each different, like, public service types. There's a police dog, a fire dog. One of them is literally like a garbage truck dog. And I'm like, what the fuck do you do for the team? Oh, we could pick up trash.
Dude.
Anyone can pick up trash.
Tell that to your fucking garage. Your guy who picks
No,
up. No,
but what I'm saying is that, like, any of the other dogs.
No, you want to defund
there's a
the
construction.
garbage men? Is that the hill you're gonna die on, sir?
Yeah.
Defend your stance.
The next film is called The Protege. Rescued as a child by the legendary assassin Moody, by Samuel L. Jackson, and trained in the family business, Anna, Maggie Q, is the world's most skilled contract killer. Oh, it's Agent 47. But when Moody, the man who was like a father to her and taught her everything she needs to know about trust and survival, is brutally killed, Anna vows revenge, and she becomes entangled with oh wow, this one's long. I have to click read all. Enigmatic killer Michael Keaton, whose attraction to her goes way beyond cat and mouse. Their confrontation turns deadly, and the loose ends of a life spent killing will weave themselves even tighter. By Lionsgate. Okay, you mentioned legitimately Samuel Jackson, and even Maggie Q, and Michael fucking Keaton, the greatest actor to ever live. I am now interested in The Protege. I'm now interested.
It's actually pronounced
in
protege.
Yeah. Or it's like Pete Buttigieg. Protege.
How funny it would be though if they purposely mispronounce it for the whole film. They're like, you were my protege. Like, but no one ever corrects it or says it. I would love if a movie has a title that everyone is like a weird word like that, and everyone just mispronounces it in the film. That'd be cool. Next
movie is a movie we saw the poster of at the AMC when we saw F9, The Night House.
Yeah,
a widow begins to uncover her recently deceased husband's disturbing secrets. Great.
He doesn't even like cutting that wood in that trailer. He hates that shit. He just smiles because he's on camera.
That's a secret. He's always pissed. He's always upset with their relationship. The next movie is called Demonic. This is towards the end of August. A young woman unleashes terrifying demons when supernatural forces at the root of a decades-old rift between mother and daughter are ruthlessly revealed.
Oh, they're like doing something on our brain.
Director Neil Blomkamp. Okay, this is interesting now. I don't want to see this, but this is interesting. I haven't seen... Remember, he did like a bunch of, I think, Netflix stuff or something? He went on a weird stint. He was trying to work on video games at one point. Huh. This is the District 9. This is the Chappie. This is Neil Blomkamp. Interesting. Not interested in Demonic, though. And the last movie of August and this show is Candyman. A spiritual sequel. I thought it was a remake. Okay. Of the horror film Candyman 1992 that returns to the now gentrified Chicago neighborhood where the legend began. Say it. That's what it says on the poster.
As my guy,
Jordan Peele.
Him, but not him. I forgot his name. I think it's Yaye Abdul Mateen. He's from Watchmen. He was really good in Watchmen. Like, really, really good. So I'm glad he has another role. But I'm excited to see this because I haven't seen the original one. I'm going to before I see this movie.
It's a classic.
I heard good things about it. I'm curious to see what they do. I did watch the trailer and it does look crazy and disturbing. Which I talking about trauma porn earlier. You know, that's all I'm here for.
Yeah,
that's a yes for me, dog.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I'll see it too. Sure, why not? I skipped ahead and I saw the Resident Evil one, and I'm now looking to see.
Oh, dude, Dinosaur Hotel.
Anything about it
next month or in September?
Dinosaur Hotel.
That's literally the next one on the list.
Okay.
Oh my god, the poster.
What is this fucking poster?
Dude, there's literally a velociraptor in the house.
Oh my god. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, it's actually not like a scary movie at all. It's just like, hey, welcome to our hotel.
Yeah.
Hope you have a good time. Let us know if you
thought
need
it was
anything.
just dinosaur
Feel free to
themed?
call the desk.
No, you're gonna die here because of the dinosaur. That's our gimmick. Thanks for the $3,000 for your family of 5 or whatever. I don't know how hotels work. But yeah, so that's been interesting. Yeah, of those movies, some of them seem more interesting than others, and there are some that I will see in theaters, and some that I won't see in theaters, but will see if I remember that it exists and notice that it's on Amazon or HBO or whatever. Even Netflix. I don't subscribe to any of them right now because there's nothing for me to watch, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about those movies?
I'm excited. I feel like this is the first month we got at least like 2 or 3 heavy hitters. Something to look forward to. I want to see at least 2 movies next month since I decided I originally was gonna cancel my AMC stubs list, but then I'm like, you know what? Black Widow is probably gonna be $20 a ticket anyways. So like,
I think we just got charged today too.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's gonna be $20 a ticket. So if I see like one more movie, I've got my money's worth after Black Widow. I'm like, and I was like looking at the list earlier this weekend, and I was like, okay, Snake Eyes maybe, Space Jam maybe, but I was like, Suicide Squad's coming now, Green Knight. I'm like, now, like after watching that trailer, I'm like, okay, like
It's interesting.
I'm gonna go
for
see
sure.
that.
Yeah. I think for me,
Jungle
Black
Cruise
Widow.
as well.
Black Widow. I do want to see the Anthony Bourdain film Pig. No, not really, but kind of. Snake Eyes, maybe. Midnight and Switchgrass, sure. Or even the other Till Death, which actually comes out tomorrow. Maybe one of those, right? Bruce Willis, maybe the one with Bruce Willis in it. The Green Knight.
Black Widow's
Jolt, I guess, was interesting. Jolt,
next weekend.
maybe. Suicide Squad. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and see the Evangelion movie. No, I'm kidding. If I had seen the others, then probably. But I do know that one movie that we will definitely see in theaters is going to be Black Widow at some point, and we'll maybe talk about on the show. Yeah, like Devin mentioned at the top of the hour, imagine you watched this an hour ago, you started listening to the show. We want to try to at least see a movie every other month and have an episode that is just our review, spoiler free for the first 20 minutes or so, and then just dive into it, see if it's something we recommend or not, kind of expand a bit of our horizons for what we do on this show, because this is what was the plan initially for 2020. Yeah. Worst year to have a plan like that. So we'll do that. Maybe not every month, because it all depends.
I think it's just going to depend on what things are out and how we're feeling. Yeah, and if I know we have other plans for things too that we need to fit in.
This idea was before we made other things we want to do for the show. And in my opinion, I don't feel like we need to do this once a month. One of our 3 episodes. At least
not right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is a good way to end the episode. We will see you next week for another episode of the Sonic Movie Show. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter at Sonic Movie Show. Follow Devin on Twitter at CURSONAFUN. And follow me on Twitter at Ethan Absolutely. I don't spell that one like I spell Devin's because I don't remember how to spell absolutely, and I always spell it wrong, which is my own username. We'll see you next time. Got a blast.
Got a blast.